Hey guys, Allie with TipB, and today we're going to look at an app called ProOnGo Expense with Receipt Reader. It's free in the App Store, but you'll have to purchase credits for receipt reads. Credits range from $2.99 for 30 receipts and $4.99 for 50 reads. I don't really like this model. I kind of wish that they would offer a monthly subscription fee or a yearly and have unlimited, or have a set amount a month that you get for paying different plans. But either way, let's pop into the app. And this is more for maybe small business users, people that need to track expenses for their jobs. I've already added some expenses in here. I don't know why these sample ones are still in here. Thought I deleted them. Okay. So let's go to one that I have uploaded a receipt read for. Now I'm showing you the iPad version because this is bigger, but you'll have to use the iPhone version if you want to do a receipt read because you're going to have to take a picture of the receipt. You also have an option to just manually input data like merchant name, total, etc. Let's go, I know this Speedway receipt right here. Oh, nope, Speedway. Okay. Now right here it says tap for image. So we can go here and it shows me an image of that receipt. Now what you do is when you start a new expense, what you'll do is it'll give you here, we'll just go to new at the top here. And it's going to give you an option between regular expense, mileage expense, or time expense. So let's just go to regular. And on the iPad version, it does not prompt you, but on the iPhone version, it will prompt you to use from photo library, camera roll, or you can choose no receipt, and then you can manually enter this stuff. So you can enter all of these fields, you can add notes, you can do workflows, etc. Excuse me. And then it'll add into your expenses. Down here along the bottom, you've also got reports, graphs, sort, filter, options, and help. At first, I didn't think, I was confused about how this synced across devices, because when I first logged in on the iPad, it didn't have my data when I logged in with my user ID, which I thought was kind of weird. I'm like, okay, well, if I have an account, why is it not syncing? But you actually have to go under options down here, and where it says expense data, bulk restore, bulk delete, you're going to have to go there and click restore from server, and it'll bring down everything that you did on your iPhone, or vice versa. If you did it on your iPad, it'll bring it down to your iPhone. You can go here to account status and see what credits you have left. Under reports, and it always takes a minute to populate that, you'll have an option to send these reports to an email. And you'll have a report format, and you can go ahead and click report format. It gives you standard or custom Excel reports, QuickBooks Pro reports, CSV, XML, and PayServe. I would like to see an addition for Peachtree to this. I know that a lot of companies don't use Peachtree. I prefer Peachtree, but I know a lot of people don't, but it would be nice to see support for that. You've also got a nice little option here called credit card sync, that you can use your credit card number and your username and password, and it'll pull your expenses. Right now, the only credit card type that's supported is American Express. I wish that they'd add support for several others. I have an Amex card, but that's not what I use when we purchase parts and stuff to fix phones or to fix devices. I just use a card that I already have, and that's the only thing I use it for. So to be able to have support for that would be nice. Let's go into graphs here. And I've entered just some sample data in here, and this will give you a nice snapshot of what your expenses are doing from month to month. You can also go down here and go to line graph, give you a nice little line graph, or pie. It's just kind of a nice snapshot of what expenses you're incurring. So let's go into here and manually do a receipt. So we can go to new. I don't know, say this is let's do a mileage one. So it's going to give me some fields that I can use, And I can just go to this field and cut. Oh, let's go to select all. Cut. Yeah, GPS on this thing's kind of weird. I don't know. It keeps finding like an area that's a mile away from me. But let's say we typed in Chicago. Guess not. And then, I don't know, and we'll put an area that's probably about 40 miles away from Chicago. And it should, yeah, it found the distance between those two places. And then you can change your mileage rate. So say your employer's paying you 60 cents, you can put 0.6 and it'll calculate a total for you. And then you can just click save up here and it'll go ahead and add that. Now when you add a receipt from an image, what it will typically do is it'll take a while to read it. It sends it to the server, I would say maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and it'll show like a little syncing icon next to the receipt. And then when it's done, it'll show a question mark, and you can click on that, and then you can go ahead and approve it and say it'll ask you if it got it right, if you need to make changes, and then it'll add it in here. Overall, I think this app is really nice for people that maybe don't want to spend a ton of money on an accounting app or, accounting software that's going to keep track of their expenses on the go. So if you're looking for something that maybe, you just want to keep track of work expenses or I guess maybe even personal expenses, this is a cool app and it's, pretty intuitive. Other than that, I mean, the iPhone version's pretty much the same. One thing I do wish they'd add is support for orientation. Whoops. Because it doesn't rotate. You can only use it in portrait mode, so I'm not too crazy about that. On the iPad, I like to be able to use things in landscape. But other than that, it's a good app. Good for the price, good support. If you guys have questions or comments, let us know below. Thanks.